Yeah, there's a rat up in the bowl, so...
A rat in the skater bowl? No, that's not in the manual.
When I get to the skate bowl, the coppers are doing nothing. So I was kind of like, it's a rat. Like, I'll do it. Like, who cares?
I jumped in thinking I was 6 foot tall and bulletproof. That quickly changed.
Why did I drop into the bowl with no shoes on? That's just plain old Jesse just doing things before he thinks. I just held the bucket behind it and it just slid straight in. Job done. How easy was that? As soon as I looked at it, it was just eye contact and it's just like, bang, let's go. And I was kind of like, whoa. I didn't think rats were vicious.
The thing just charged at me. How am I going to get this now? You know, I'm eating humble pie, got my tail between my legs, and I'm just thinking, oh, there's no way I'm going to get this thing into the box.
Oh my God! That was so funny. What's the dance, man?
I know. One of the other grommets ran down and put the lid on it for me, so I didn't have to have any close contact with it, and I still looked like a hero.
Fully jumped on my face.
Definitely, I knew it wasn't my jacket. As if I'd use my jacket to put on a rat.
Let's call him Frank.
Frank?
Frank.
Bondi rat Frank lives another day, and brave Harrison shows how it's done.
You know, where Jesse went wrong is he let his guard down and he didn't get one of the other kids to do it for him.
So funny. You had it in a bucket and it jumped and you hit it again. It was like...
The Lifeguards Operations Manual is a very important book, but I definitely don't think there's anything about catching rats out of a bowl at the skate park.
This fog's really spooky. I can't see the southern end of the beach at the moment, so it's a little bit, got us a little bit on edge.
The rare weather event is more than a novelty. For lifeguards, it's becoming a safety issue. Hoppo is faced with a critical decision. Should he pull down the flags and close the beach to swimmers?
You know, liability, we miss something, they're going to say, why didn't you close the beach?
The only thing with pulling the flags is you might get 100 or so people out of the water, but is then everyone just going to swim everywhere?
To make matters worse, thousands are about to attempt an inflatable thong world record.
Have to stay very close to shore now with this fog. We might have to close the beach soon if you don't stay close to shore.
Got to close the beach, mate. Got to close the beach.
The decision is made. On one of the busiest days, on Australia's busiest beach, Bondi is closed for swimming.
Made the decision now, we're about to clear the beach due to the poor visibility. We can't see anybody in the water. We've got jet skis out the back and we're just slowly pulling people back in and making announcements on the megaphones.
Do you want to go in, please? Just all the people in the water. The lifeguards have closed the beach due to the fog. Ladies and gentlemen, we have closed the beach. We have pulled the flags down. Our visibility was close to zero. We don't know when we will be putting the flags back up. I do know the event is on hold with the Fongs at the moment. We're extremely sorry for this. Your life is very important to me. Thank you.
What a beautiful speech. It's like he's going for Prime Minister.
I stood on a sea urchin.
Oh, yeah. All right, you're a special one. Come through. This seat's for you.
A sea urchin is a little sea creature with all these little spikes that come off it, and they kind of hide in the rock crevices. Yeah, very nasty.
I couldn't believe how many sea urchins were in his foot. That's the worst I've seen.
I went to jump off the jump rock, and I came back, and then a wave came and swooped me over and tried to stand up, and I fell through a hole.
And now all you got to do is be strong for the next 40.
Terrible. Worse than a blue boil.
Sea urchin spikes carry toxin and are extremely brittle. Like needles of fine porcelain, they easily break. Usually, once they've penetrated the skin.
What's your name, buddy?
Cameron.
Cameron, I'm Harrison. I'm your surgeon for today.
Jesse and Harrison start the delicate operation, removing the spines one at a time.
Oh, that one. These are real tricky because they're so small, and poor Cameron here, once he steps in them, they just snap off. It's just, yeah, tweezers your only hope. Otherwise, you might have to go to the medical centre and just try and get them out.
The little warrior took it on, mate. He was like a little soldier. He didn't complain once about pain, and mate, at one stage I was digging into his foot.
Oh, look at that one.
That one, mate. That was the biggest one in there. You right?
I feel so sorry doing that to Cameron because he was in a lot of pain, but we just had to get them out as best, as quick as we can.
I'm pretty positive I've got all of them out.
Jesse and Harrison have taken 45 minutes to remove all the spines from Cameron's foot.
Good work, mate. You're an absolute legend.
It's like nothing else you've ever felt before, like miniature knives just going into your foot, and then when they're pulling them out, just like someone's just pushing them in even deeper.
South of Bondi, a tornado has hit the beachside suburb of Kurnell.
Scrap metal and debris whip through the air.
The series of storms and tornadoes starting just before lunch hit with the most powerful wind gusts ever recorded in New South Wales.
Yet tourists, many who have travelled thousands of kilometres to be here, aren't going to let tornado conditions stop their once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Tourists come to Bondi in all different types of conditions. Wet, windy, gigantic swells, everything. They don't see the danger. All they want to do is swim at Bondi.
Jesse spots a group of swimmers getting into trouble at the north end.
The guy that's stuck out the back can actually swim. It's just this rip is really, really strong.
Chris and Jake have to rescue a girl and two guys.
The thing that scared me the most was that it was such a short period swell, which means that the waves are constantly breaking after each other. So you don't really have time if you roll to get ready again because the next wave's already going to hit you.
Jake reaches the girl, but is pushed back. Chris makes it through to the other two swimmers, a teenager and an older man. Jake has the girl, but fights the waves.
This is going to be the hardest thing now, getting them back in because the rip's so strong, it's going to suck them out the back.
Hold it straight, face now.
Even if you're the best lifeguard in the world, if a 3-foot wave hits you with a patient on, you're falling off.
Chris gets his two patients to safety, but learns of a fourth swimmer in trouble.
Another one. Jake, is there more? Is there more? Walk straight back on the flags.
And then I seen Chris grab another guy.
Put your hands up.
Then Jesse spots yet another person in trouble, a fifth swimmer further up the beach. Both available lifeguards can't be contacted in the water.
What do? I can't leave the tower.
Jesse has to find a solution to his dilemma, or this man could drown.
And then out of nowhere, I just thought, Hoppo's across the road.
Head lifeguard Hoppo is in his office just behind the tower in the Bondi Pavilion.
Hey, Hop, are you across the road, mate? I might need someone just to come to the tower. I might need to go down and help the boys here.
Hey, mate, I'll pop over.
Jesse has to cover 400 metres in the buggy.
I was trying to start it, and I knew people were drowning, and it wouldn't start. And then all of a sudden it just started, and I just pinned it, not even noticing how fast I got.
Another one falling off the bank that Jesse's gone in for.
Moments before Jesse reaches the patient, a pair of experienced body surfers hold the swimmer up.
These things happen. Get 2 or 3 go at the same time, makes it a bit more difficult.
All 5 swimmers are accounted for.
Thank you.
17-year-olds Jai and Natasha are on holiday from Melbourne.
Just too strong today.
Yeah, it was just really rough, I think.
Too rough today?
Yeah, a bit hard, and we're pretty confident swimmers, so thank God they were there, though. That's awesome.
It is a good feeling when you save someone's life, but When you save someone's life and they come up and thank you, it's an even better feeling.
Just a few milligrams of sea snake venom is enough to kill 1,000 adults. They're the most venomous snake in the world.
Any update, Tommy?
Tommy's a young guy. Some of the newer members to the team are eager to impress, you could say.
It's only after Tommy volunteers that he gets all the facts.
They are super deadly. Please exercise all due caution.
The second Dino said deadly, that's where I realised I messed up.
People have died from sea snake bites. It's a fact.
Yeah, trainee, just playing with deadly creatures.
I'm not scared of snakes. At least I didn't think I was.
After quickly paddling out, Tommy realises he won't be catching the sea snake with his bare hands. New lifeguard Jules has a solution.
Troy's gone out to catch the snake with his crate.
Oh, it looks like the clubbies have got Tommy in the IRB and he might scoop it up. Look at that.
With the pressure mounting, Tommy turns to his previous experience as a tradie.
Being a carpenter, I knew there's a tool for every job. And when I was in the boat, I seen the paddle and I was like, that's the tool for this job.
He reached in and grabbed it with the oar and flicked it into the bucket. Job done. Like a true snake wrangler.
They have the snake.
Capturing the sea snake and nobody harmed was the best case scenario.
Thank you. Okay. Tommy, you hero, hi Dad.
Turns out I'm scared of snakes.
You're a legend.
Oh, it's not very well.
He just needs some rest. Eventually, we had a snake catcher come along and pick him up.
It's not often we find these things. They're fairly venomous as well.
The snake actually recovered, which was really good, and he was released later that day in a secluded beach at the harbour.
Tommy's deadly snake capture gets the tick of approval.
Tommy gets a bit of praise, I guess, a bit of slap on the back.
But what the trainee really wants is a human rescue.
I don't know if I would have earned any respect off the boys because of how I was screaming, but I got given a job and I did it. That's what you want out of your trainee, I'm the man.
We've been on the megaphone, I kid you not, for 6 hours. We've been telling people how dangerous it is.
There's a lot of days where I feel the pressure and I go, you do get anxious. Like I get that sick, nervous feeling just because of the sheer numbers, and it does feel like you're losing control. And all of a sudden, these few huge waves came from around the corner at Ben Buckler's.
It's huge. I can't believe, like, it was fully feathering out the back of the point.
Before we knew it, everything was running out to sea, and about 40, 50 swimmers all went at the same time.
Have to come over, Nick. It's turning into a mass rescue. You go out? Yeah, we need a board out here first.
Grab on. Spin your legs around, sweetheart. Lie down on the board.
Yeah, do you want to take a run down, guys?
Yeah, mate, you're going to have to go down there.
As I got out there, just more and more heads kept popping up, screaming for help.
Hold on.
It's going on.
How's it going down north? It's hectic here.
Hold on, mate.
People that had a bit of fight in them and were able to scream and wave their arms, I wasn't really that worried about them because obviously, you know, they had the strength to keep themselves above water. I was sort of looking for, you know, hands, hair, anything, someone who might be submerged. You know, I was just worried that in that panic and in that number of people that were drowning, that someone, you know, they could have been knocked out, anything.
Come back, no, not forward.
conditions just changed really quick. And next thing we know, there's about 50, 100 people that are stranded.
I was just trying to get as elevated as possible to look around and just see if I could see anyone that may have been underwater or floating face down. Just, you don't want to, yeah, it was just, you just don't know who you've missed.
Oh, it's the biggest rescue I've ever seen.
Yeah, mass rescues can just come out of nowhere. Every lifeguard in the service is aware of one of the most disastrous days down here, and that was Black Sunday. That was the biggest mass rescue of all time.
Black Sunday happened in February 1938. 6 really big waves swept an estimated 250 people off the sandbank. 35 people were retrieved unconscious and 5 drowned. It's something we don't want to have repeated. We don't want another Black Sunday, and that's what all the guys working down here, and we try to prevent something like that happening again.
Hold down, come back a bit, come back a bit. Come back on the board.
It can be extremely dangerous if we get situations like this where all the lifeguards are in the water doing rescues down the north end, because it only leaves one lifeguard covering 3/4 of the beach, and you've got 30,000 plus people.
So much. Good hoppo. Mate, I don't know what to do because they're all busy, and the back of these flags in the middle where you are, I think I'm going to need to ski down there, but they're all a bit busy now.
I sat there thinking for a while that we may have to put the shark alarm on to clear the water.
Worst case, put the siren on to get them out and just regroup. Yeah, Hop, can I do that? Can I put the siren on? I think it's a good idea. Everyone's in the water. Yeah, whenever you're ready, mate.
We don't make this decision lightly, because as the punters, they panic, they think there's a shark in the water, so we had to do it in a controlled manner.
Once I did it, it was a big relief, you know, just see everyone coming back in.
Central to Hop. How was that? Good, mate. I just keep an eye on the last slot out the back.
Copy, mate.
I got control of the middle set of flags within a minute, and that gave the guys time to continue the mass rescue at north.
It's not funny. Any of you, I warned you, it's not funny.
Well done, guys. Good work, boys. Everyone did well. About as chaotic as it gets, I reckon.
That was hectic. It felt like it was going for, I don't know, an hour or so. It was just all on. I think it only went for 25 minutes, but yeah, it felt a lot longer.
Well, flags was absolutely horrific. It was a mass rescue.
Then we had everyone. We had about 8 boards in the water and people swimming and all sorts. So
Complete mass rescue, as big as I've done one, so.
it's good to get a few good rescues under your belt and to get that warm, fuzzy feeling when someone looks at you and goes, oh my God, thank you, I was going to die.
The fear of sharks lurks in the back of every swimmer's mind. But at nearby Tamarama, beachgoers have encountered a completely unexpected threat.
What is a snake doing on the beach at Tamarama? What's it doing here? What's a snake on the beach at Tamarama? This job freaks me out sometimes, seriously. Tamarama lifeguards to Bondi lifeguards. I'm just down the southern end of Tamarama Beach, and I've got what looks to be a black snake. So can you please make a phone call to get a ranger down here or someone down here? Because I don't know what to do with this thing. Over.
Yeah, so was it Sydney Wildlife?
Yeah. She reckons it's a sea snake.
Oh, yeah?
Because she said black snakes won't go under rocks. All the lifeguards to Tamara lifeguards. And they said a black snake, if it's a red-bellied black snake, it won't go under a rock.
If it's a sea snake, the tail should be flat.
No, no, mate, it's a dead set black snake.
Yeah, tail is definitely not flat, and it definitely has a red underbelly, and it's just kind of cruising around the rocks at the moment and onto the sand. Over.
Yeah, that sounds about right. She said it won't hide, it'll keep going around, moving around.
Yeah, it's definitely a black snake, 100%.
They don't know how far away the guy is.
Yeah, copy Bruce. The sooner the better.
It's flaring its head and it doesn't look too happy.
Camera clear.
All right, where's this ranger? I want this snake off my beach.
A volunteer wildlife ranger finally arrives.
Hey, how are you?
No one knows this is the first time Jodie's ever been called on to catch a black snake.
Has anyone got size 9 sand shoes? I need enclosed shoes.
Everyone can just move back, please.
Don't know which way it's going to go.
Yep, and it's already distressed.
Guys, move back.
Everybody
move back.
clear out.
Off the concrete, please.
Everybody clear out. Your her wheel.
Then she does something even Yatesy wouldn't dare.
Then she tried to grab it. She's crazy. How's your pulse from it? I just felt a pulse. She's probably doing about 150, I reckon. She's a bit freaked out, I think.
By now, this black snake is in a very dark mood.
Don't let it go. Hey! Get your snake out. Call it a day.
Good job, Jodie. Well done, madam. Sterling effort. And thanks for coming down and Tama.
Thank you, Jodie.
No problems.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jodie.
Thanks, Tom.
Just 10 kilometres from Sydney City, Bondi is on the fringe of the urban jungle. But Mother Nature is never too far away. Today, there's a visitor lifeguards have never seen before. A highly venomous sea snake is visiting Bondi. Swimming between the flags is no longer safe.
Bacon's a peg who was put Bacon grills.
Wait, buddy, there's a snake right there. A sea snake.
Mate, I am that scared of snakes. I'm so glad I'm not down there.
I'm with you with that one, Cabo. I'm so scared of it as well. I hope it doesn't come in ashore.
I've never seen a snake on Bondi Beach before. I heard there have been snakes, but I've never seen one in the water.
I thought it was a bit of seaweed at first, but yeah, it turns out it was a snake. Thought it was dead, and then its head popped up. It's kind of a little bit freaky, but it's Bondi.
The tropical snake may have drifted from northern Australia in a warm current. Shedding its skin and clearly tired, it is still a danger to swimmers.
Tell lifeguards to Bondi lifeguards. According to Emma Summit 2, there's no antidote to a sea snake and you will die with under 10 minutes of the bite.
I was under the impression that sea snakes were extremely venomous, but due to their small fangs, they were unlikely to pierce the skin.
Brave or foolhardy, Bacon decides the snake has to go.
Rips off his head, mate. He's so close to it. Mental.
It's the first rescue of its kind for the boys in blue.
He's so tired. They battled the surf for like 10 minutes, just getting smashed. It's obviously been sick or something, so needs to get looked after.
All right, Jake, why don't you put it on that side?
Mate, I don't want to get anywhere near its head.
Just put it down and I'll flick it in with the... Just put it on the ground, yeah.
No, can you hold that in?
No, I'm not holding that in.
The sea snake is on its way to Taronga Park Zoo.
I hate snakes. I can't even
After convalescing, it will be released back into the wild.
That snake was pretty sick, you know, and it needed help.
We were sitting in the tower. Gonzo got a call and was from the icebergs. They said, look, there's 2 guys in trouble, can you help them?
Yeah, on 2 lilos at the back. Nah, one of them's lost it. One of them's lost the lilo. Okay, thanks for that. We'll keep an eye on him. Thanks, heaps.
Yeah, no, I've got him. Everyone on the beach today's got a Santa hat on. Doesn't matter where you're from, the good swimmer, the bad swimmer. I'm looking at 2 Santa hats now drift out in the rip. At the start, they were holding a lilo, so they were kind of fine, but then they let go of the lilo.
Yeah, you've lost the lilo. They've all lost the lilo.
I've picked the binoculars up and had a look and seen where they are and thought, I've got to go.
We just thought, look, they're pommies off their heads, so we thought, look, we've got to go down there and rescue them.
Yeah, they're in the rip.
We're driving down there to the rescue and we can't even see what's happening in front of us, and you almost run into someone. Seeing the 2 Santa hats in the rip at backpackers, straight away I'm assuming they can't swim. They haven't taken a stroke that I can see, and I can see their hand going up occasionally and down, and our visual on them is getting hampered by the swell and the wind, the rain, and they had drifted a fair bit out. They're in a pretty bad position.
And as that was happening, some ladies come running down screaming, saying that she's watched someone drown for the last 5 minutes.
I have these expensive eyeliners. The rubber ducky will have to go out though. He's in distress. He's had his hand up for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've been watching him.
Okay.
People have called it in for sure. Hey, I'm going for a paddle.
Just as I'm taking my jacket off, I notice the police rock up, and then I think, oh no, a member of the public's rang up. And I knew that the perception was they're tourists in the rip. It's got to be a better way to spend Christmas than rescuing pommies in the driving rain. It's windy and cold, there's blue bottles. I'm not happy at all.
I think one of them's got a camera.
I'm getting closer to him and I see a camera come out of the water of the guy's hand and a little flash. And I think, who's taking photos in the rip? Straight away, see Reedy's face. And I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot?
I'm a lifeguard and I'm with one of Australia's greatest ever surf swimmers, Spot Anderson. We're out here having a ball. Spot's taking photos of me, getting smashed by waves on the lilo. We turn around, next minute we can see police on the beach and Beardy's paddling out to us, and it's like, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
I'm so pissed off. He sees I'm angry. I said, look where you are. And he started laughing. And I just said, get in, come on, the police are on the beach.
Bondi Lifeguards, Jesse speaking. Yeah, mate, we're on it now. So that's got a bit blown out of hand. They're about 20 metres offshore and a kilometre. A few Chinese whispers along the way, but yeah, the boys went down to grab them, but they wouldn't jump in on the board. So it's all good, buddy. Bye. They're just about to launch Lifesaver 1. They sent 2 people in distress a kilometre off Bondi.
There's a storm on the horizon, and apparently there's some bees causing some trouble up here in the car park. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and it would have to happen when I'm at work at the beach at Bondi. Be a good 1,000 bees. Looks like a beehive just on the back of this bike that's on the back of the car.
I'm not going near the bees. He can go near the bees if he wants to.
Common sense flies out the window as Reedy turns wildlife photographer. But the bees are on the main road out of Bondi. Thousands of bees and thousands of people. It's an ugly mix.
Just be careful, there's a lot of bees there.
Do you want to go round the cars? There's a big beehive here. Sorry, guys. Can I just get you guys to go through the car park? Just watch the cars, but there's just a beehive here.
Stay safe, boys, all right? Storms, there's lightning, there's bees, there's rips. It's just
hyper dangerous this afternoon at Bondi. Please take care.
I think there must be something. There's like a backpack strapped to the front of the bike. So I'm thinking there must be something that's attracting the bees inside the backpack.
Right, stand by. I'll get some expert advice.
Terry consults with Bondi vet Chris Brown.
Stop rounding on the line.
You said they're swarming around there attached to a car or something?
Actually, it's like a backpack. Maybe they got honey in the backpack or something. But it has to be seen to be believed. Are they attacking people or are they more concerned with what's in the backpack?
I think he's saying that they are really wanting something to do with the backpack, but every now and then they flare up and kind of get aggro.
The only way you can deal with that is either with smoke, to sort of calm them down, or you need some sort of protective suit to get in there.
What they haven't deterred is bizarre puns.
Well, we were hoping the storm would deter the bees. It's not having much of an impact at the moment. I think the bees might be stinging in their own.
Finally, the car's owner.
Is that your car? What? The one with the bike on it? It's your car?
Yeah, is there a problem?
Yeah, have you seen the bees hive you've got on the back of it?
You're kidding.
Mate, you've got a massive beehive on the back of it.
Bloody hell!
Yeah. Can you just grab something out of the backpack for us?
I don't believe.
The owner takes flight.
I want to see what the bees do when he drives off.
I want to be in the car.
Reedy decides to ride shotgun.
Ready when you are.
Okay, let's go for it.
Oh, they're not moving.
Driving on the car park now, there's a couple of thousand bees.
Then they approach the first speed hump.
Oh no.
Thought they were going to stay on the bike all the way along, and he went over the first speed hump, and they just fell off like a big clump of dirt. They're still all over the ground there.
Never a dull moment at this joint, ever.
With a mass murder by that Mercedes-Benz mass murder.
What's that? Mass murder in the car park at Bondi.
This is it. You know, if I don't get him up in the next couple of seconds, he could die.
Mid-afternoon, and Harry's spots a beginner on a bodyboard. The rip is sweeping him out to the giant waves crashing onto the point.
The young bloke was about 200 metres offshore, so I knew I had a bit of a paddle on my hands to get out to him. But when the swell's up like this, you know, you can lose someone so quick, and that thought of losing a young bloke in a big swell like this, it'd take ages for us to even search for his body.
I think he's going to have to go up the boat ramp. Why people go out in conditions like today, I've got no idea.
Over this way. I approached the guy, and the first thing I tell all of them if they've got boards is take the leg rope off. They don't want to let go. Everyone wants to hold something. Everyone likes their blankie.
Yeah, let go. You want to take your board off your arm? Did you take the board off your arm?
I don't want his board hitting me. I don't want to hit me in the head, and it's going to get in the way when I'm paddling.
Backed up against the rocks, Harry's battles to make open water.
I don't want to be anywhere near the rocks. You come near the rocks, you get injured, you get sucked down the face, something happens to you. I want to stay on the board and I want to stay in water.
The bodyboarder's name is Josh, a visitor from interstate. He tries desperately to help paddle.
You can see the swell increase and the sets are getting bigger. All of a sudden, the wild, nature owns you.
penetrate the waves, Harry's finds a soft landing on the rocks.
I'm up the face of the rocks. I'm standing now. Come here, come here.
All of a sudden, another one was coming, and I went, oh no, he's gone.
Natural instinct is to run away from the crashing wave. But Harry's knows he must do the opposite.
Into the wave. Jump into the wave. And then we just leap. Go, go, go. It washes us back up onto the spot that we're actually standing in. So, you know, we are so damn lucky. I see a second wave approaching, and I've just got to get this bloke. I've got to get him to run across the rock ledge and get him out of there.
Don't worry about the boy, get up the rock.
Harry's avoided getting smoked then. Mate, that was really close. Harry's has ended up flush on the rocks.
Harry's experience pays off, and Josh is able to scramble to safety. Lifeguards have spotted something caught in the nets.
You're jumping off first. No, I won't. That won't be happening.
The suspected shark needs to be removed, dead or alive.
It's a bit dodgy at the moment. It's a bit green. There's not much visibility, so it'll be interesting to see how we go.
Quiggers and Bacon draw the short straw.
What is it?
It's a grey nurse shark, tragically a protected species. Generally considered harmless, their teeth are still razor sharp.
Why would we be doing that?
Gases in the shark's decomposing body make it float to the surface. As Bacon clowns around, the shark launches a surprise attack.
Not smart.
Shark face to face with the shark, and he breathed on me, and never felt more crook.
It was disgusting. It was the most disgusting hideous swim you've ever swum in your life.
2 days later, anxious swimmers report an unwelcome visitor.
Yeah, she's pointing. She's saying something. I don't know, she looks pretty adamant.
The shark that was in the net has drifted to shore.
There's a shark in the rip. North of the middle set of flags.
You can't leave the thing there. People are going to freak when they see it. Like, you can't leave it there.
Keen to impress, trainee Maxi volunteers for the job.
Everyone's happy with that scenario. So he's going to go in and get the shark, and we're all going to stand and watch.
You jump down, I'll sit up and wait for you. This is a good utensil, grab it. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But I'm excited, that's all. I'm excited, something different.
Maxi eventually discovers the lurking troublemaker.
It's got to come out of the water. It's dead. It's, you know, we don't want to attract more sharks, and we don't want to scare people. So we'll get it out of the water as the first step.
Not experienced in the art of shark rescues, Maxi and Troy attempt a technique normally reserved for unconscious swimmers.
With an unconscious person, you roll the board over and flip their arm and use the board to pull their momentum to pull them back onto the board. But I don't think that'll work with a dead shark. They seem to be trying though. They got it up.
Getting it to shore proves harder than imagined.
He had a big rope as he was getting ready to go in the water, and he was doing some fancy knots with it. I said, mate, just go in and pull the bloody thing out.
Troy and Maxi resort to a two-man drag technique.
Mate, not every day at Bondi we pull a shark out of the water.
The only thing under attack right now are beachgoers' nostrils.
Yeah, dude, take it up the beach, get the boys on the shovels, and that's it, mate, I reckon. Give it a burial.
Grave digging isn't in the lifeguard manual.
Trying to put that shark in a plastic bag and take it up to a bin would be a horrible, horrible thing to do. Say a couple of words, Maxi.
I don't know, I'm not really good with words, mate, but...
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, mate. He's had a good life, by the sounds of it. Let's just call him Frank. See you, Frank, mate. Nice knowing you.
But there are much more common dangers at Bondi.
The clubbies are all freaking out. They're screaming for more help.
It's impossible for Nicola to fight against the rip. She has just one option left.
Hold on to my boy! My boy!
At that point, I knew I couldn't get him back in to the beach.
A cyclone swell off North Queensland has caused some of the biggest waves to hit Bondi all summer.
That was massive.
You know, when you get those massive days, the beach can't handle it. So it's when pretty much all rips start firing, and the north corner, it was just howling.
There's a clubby trying to do a rescue and they're about to get smoked on the rocks.
A volunteer surf lifesaver is attempting a rescue in the rip at North Bondi. Nicola offers assistance.
Yeah, Nick's going way out, boat ramp style. We've got a mass rescue in 10-foot surf. This is heavy, very heavy.
Nicola identifies a man clinging to a bodyboard.
He should not be out here.
Uwe Krab is on holidays from Germany.
Nicola seems to be coming in. She's doing a rescue. She's got one on her board.
We actually got in once, and then he jumped off. He jumped off in the rip and went straight back out.
The exhausted German tourist has been battling for over half an hour. Nicola makes a second attempt to save him.
Hold on! She's going out. She's absolutely battling.
The powerful rip pulls them out to sea.
The waves were so big, there was so much happening. The rock's right there, and he just can't understand what I'm saying. And I just couldn't communicate with him. And we're sitting in the rip, just going out to sea. And then finally, I got him on the board and I had to roll a wave with him.
The man struggles to understand Nicola's instructions.
Hold on to my boy! My boy! Hold on! I'm trying to help you. You need to listen.
Next thing was, how do I get him in? The waves are massive.
Get on!
At that point, I knew I couldn't get him back in to the beach.
Oh, wow. Nicola's still trying to get this guy in. She's in a lot of trouble. Nicola's doing the gnarliest rescue ever. She's in a terrible spot. She needs assistance.
Harry's is stationed onshore with the buggy, but can't back up since there's only one vehicle available to cover any other emergencies.
Mate, we can't leave this vehicle. If anything else happens on the beach, we are screwed, mate.
She's just got to take it on.
It's impossible for Nicola to fight against the rip. She has just one option left. The narrow boat ramp is sandwiched between rocks.
Alright, we're gonna go up there, okay? I tell you to swim.
Yeah, okay.
Off-duty lifesavers back up.
Nicola has sent him up the rocks, which is one of the heaviest things to do, and two bystanders dragged the guy across the rocks and up to the boat ramp.
I think he got a few scrapes, but yeah, I think he's more than happy to be on dry land.
Doesn't matter if you're Kelly Slater, you're going to get smashed out in the water, and it's remaining calm, and she remained calm. She knew that she had to get the bloke in, and she did the right thing.
The reason why this rescue was particularly hard was just because I couldn't communicate with him, and it kind of all made sense when I met him on the beach once I finally got myself in.
Thank you very much.
That's okay, I'm sorry I was yelling at you, I just couldn't...
I'm sorry I couldn't understand you because I'm carrying a hearing aid.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I felt a bit terrified by the size of that water
really
mountains behind me.
Yeah, they're big water mountains today. I think today it's a land day. No more water mountains.
Yeah.
Nicola's rescue has impressed her teammates. Bondi is a stage for some of nature's great spectacles.
I think we're in for a massive storm.
Torrential rain floods the beach one day. A dust storm turns it into a Martian landscape on another. Massive swells occasionally wreak havoc on the crowded shore. Not every lifeguard enjoys a storm.
Everyone knows that Jules has a phobia of storms.
No, I don't like storms. They're not my favourite thing at all. I respect them, but I don't like them. I'm not comfortable in storms.
But this storm has another surprise in store. One that's got everyone ducking for cover.
Some of the hailstones were honestly like the size of golf balls.
They're full on. Mate, how gnarly.
I hadn't seen hail that big for many years, and we were all pretty amazed by it.
You're getting bigger. Look at the ones over there. Look at water.
Of course, I was a bit concerned about the surfers in the water, just because of the size of the hailstones, you know.
Look at all the surfers with their boards on their...
It's the biggest hailstorm to hit Sydney in 20 years, and some locals don't want to miss the occasion.
Here we are! We're stuck in the surf!
Oh, I've pretty much come down here every day for the last 53 years. That's quite unusual, yeah. We, get a little bit of hail, but not like that normally.
It's hailing! Yeah, you don't want to get them on your head.
One of the great things at Bondi, it's normally a beautiful, lovely beach, but when it's bad, it's bad.
The perfect day at the beach is turning pear-shaped. Thousands of beachgoers are suddenly desperate to get off the sand and under cover. One unlikely beachgoer has had a much tougher ride.
Out the sewage drain at Flat Rock.
Yeah.
It was getting soaked out there, and we saw it, and we just picked it up.
Just keep him up there and keep him closer so he stays nice and warm.
During the downpour, the stormwater drain at North Bondi delivered this half-drowned feline into the sea. The moggy owes its life to 14-year-old local hero Alex.
Righto, so we've got the Ranger or...
Yeah, call the Ranger.
Okay. Well done, lads. Done really well.
Good on you.
Modgy's been through a bit of an ordeal.
Yeah.
Got yourself a new best mate.
He was very happy to see you, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, take a seat. Well done. And that cat is absolutely loving him. It's just like got the little hug on.
That's how scared it must have been. Look how loved it is to leave a collar on it. Everyone's cat.
Diamond-studded collar.
They'll be happy to see.
That's a Bondi cat.
Local rangers arrive to take the moggy to the vet for a checkup while they try to locate its owner.
You're soaked.
Years earlier, during a storm at Bondi, a man was struck by lightning directly in front of the lifeguard tower.
I've gone up to the viewing platform and saw this guy just laid out. And so we basically went into our CPR mode. It's made me more responsible around storms.
It's terrifying, the lightning, and I've experienced it firsthand. I brought an Irish doctor back to life.
To learn more about the danger lightning poses to beachgoers, lifeguards have invited meteorologist Tom Hoff to Bondi.
Is the beach one of the most dangerous places to be when a storm comes through?
It's worse to be in the water because there's a lot less that you can do when you're in the water. When lightning strikes hit water, they kind of spread horizontally across the surface. There's no set distance that we know of for how far away from the point of contact you'd need to be before you're safe. With this one being on the beach, again, quite possible here at Bondi. The best place for you to be then would be either in a building or in your car, not touching any of the metal surfaces in the car. Just sit in your car until the storm passes.
Lifeguards must be prepared in case another beachgoer is struck by lightning.
The Irish doctor that Chapel and I resuscitated, he came back to the tower before he went home to Ireland with his girlfriend, and he was still in a wheelchair months later. And he basically said all his systems got short-circuited.
Like, I think it's only a matter of time down here before someone else gets struck.
A stormy summer is not what Bondi's lifeguards ordered.
It is cold and it's really weird. there's hardly anyone around, you know, and this is the time for everyone to be celebrating their holidays and sunbaking, but there's no one here. Well, obviously, the hot days bring the people with a workload, and then the wet days, less people, less workload, but it doesn't mean we can put our feet up and relax. It still brings plenty of challenges, that bad weather.
At the north end, a bunch of kayakers have reported one of their companions missing.
North got two paddlers that have come from Malabar. They're going to meet at Ben Buckler on the way to Camp Cove. They left before one of the guys. They've been here for about half an hour and he hasn't shown up.
You got a life jacket today?
Yellow hat and an orange vest and life jacket.
Yeah, so there's two concerns at this stage. One, either the patient has fallen off his ski and he's swimming around in the treacherous conditions. The other situation would be that he's overshot Bondi and he's turned around and he's paddling into it. You know, there's a really strong southerly wind and southerly swell, and to fight against that would be an absolute nightmare.
The kayakers started their journey 10 kilometres south of Bondi and haven't seen their friend for close to 45 minutes.
Yeah, copy, mate. We're having a good scan now.
Harries instructs the team to send an emergency message to all lifeguards along the coastline.
Utilise all your resources. Contact Tamarama, Bronte, obviously tell them on the radio you want to contact Coogee lifeguards. Ask them if they can see a ski. What we're trying to do is put all controls in place.
Kayaks and skis are easily capsized in these conditions.
The best, the most defensible measure right now for us is ice. All right, we've got assets everywhere along the coastline. A big ocean journey heading from Malabar all the way down to Bondi. You become quite vulnerable out in the open ocean.
Just as the ski is being prepared for launch, a call on the police radio.
We've got reports of a kayaker in distress 200 metres offshore Ben Buckler.
The conditions were quite rough and treacherous. People get quite fatigued out in the open ocean.
Police confirm a sighting near cliffs at North Bondi.
So we're getting reports that he's 200 off Ben Buckler.
When you can see something.
Yeah, there's reports that he's out there.
Yeah, sweet. We're about to launch the ski from here and start conducting a search.
When you're going out for a search and rescue, there's so many things that are going through your mind. You're thinking about the worst case scenario. I was potentially thinking that we'll be looking for someone floating out in the ocean. Then it is a massive threat to any ocean paddler being out in a storm cell to get hit by lightning. You just don't want to be there.
Just heading down about 200 metres north of Ben Buckler.
Soon after passing Ben Buckler Headland, Harries makes a sighting.
Yeah, we got him. He's about 200 metres around to the north of Ben Buckler. Yeah, copy that.
The kayaker overshot Bondi. Now, to get back, he has to paddle against the powerful southerly wind.
I decided to chaperone him in because I know after all these years, things go wrong. And I knew as soon as we got to the wave zone, with a large ski, that ocean ski is just going to get destroyed. Oh, yeah, he's off. Jump off the sled. When you're out in open water, big swells coming through, Mother Nature owns you.
Fortunately, the situation isn't far worse. No matter what the weather, Bondi's lifeguards must remain vigilant.
Even when the storms do come in, you can't completely let your guard down because not everyone leaves the water.